I call myself a campaign junkie, and I know I'm not alone. There are many of us out there. And what is it about campaigns that you can just get kind of addicted to? Sort of the flippant answer is the adrenaline. A campaign, you kind of put a stake in the ground at this date, this year, we are going to raise this amount of money, and this is what we're going to do with it. Build a new building, buy an incredible new piece of medical equipment, endow our scholarship program for eternity, something big.
So, when you start a capital campaign, I think one of the first components or very integral roles is to determine what this project's going to do for the community. So once you have a conceptual idea of what the project is, then you figure out what your affinity groups are. So I remember one of the sessions we had with our steering committee was, let's just brainstorm how many different groups might be interested in this project. Do you think environmentalists would be involved, would like this? Do you think teachers would like this? Would firemen? Would artists? Would housing folks? You just think of artists, musicians, drummers. You just kind of brainstorm your affinity groups, and then start honing in on what makes sense. And I think after the first couple of brainstorming meetings like that, we ended up condensing the list down to maybe 7 groups, and those groups we actually had subcommittees. So we had the steering committee, then we started off with about 7 subcommittees. Now, all the subcommittees don't start on day one. We just know eventually we're going to need a committee that will address the needs of these constituencies. So, and then and I'm just thinking, for example, one of our groups was the business community. Ended up being one of our most successful committees. So we start with that group and we figure out who's going to chair this committee.
So you need to think about your leadership, and great leaders who are truly committed can accomplish amazing things. If your leadership is weak, your campaign will be weak, and that is dangerous. You don't really want to fail at a campaign. So it's worth it to take the time to really think through who understands us, our mission, what we're trying to accomplish, who believes in us, who's already engaged and invested. And from that pool of folks who are already on our team, who are the people who really can unlock the gifts that we need for this campaign? And they have to start by making their own gift. If you have campaign leaders who make a nice gift to the campaign, but not the gift in terms of themselves to the campaign, then you have a group of leaders who really can only attract and solicit nice gifts to the campaign. And most campaigns are ambitious, audacious, beyond where you are currently or maybe even believe you can go. So you need more than nice gifts. You need gifts that people sit down and have to think about and come to the conclusion that this is so important. I'm going to make the largest gift I have ever made to anybody. In fact, it's scaring me. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do this, but I need to figure it out, and I need to do it. You need leaders who feel that way.
They don't necessarily have to be rich people, but do they know people that have capacity? Do they know a lot of people? And do they care about the mission, your case for doing this project? So that's how you recruit the committee chairs. And once we got the chair and the co-chair, we ended up having a chair and a co-chair of the business committee. Then they recruit business people. They're always hanging out together. So we asked them, well, who should be on your committee? So they got their committee together, and I think there might have been 12 people on that committee. Now, you know, it just continues to get, the circles continue to just kind of get bigger and bigger.
But I think a good development team understands that what the campaign is organizing is passion, fire in the belly, fire in the heart, and then whatever you're raising the money for becomes that beacon in the community. And it's a story that just unfolds and unfolds and unfolds and unfolds. So very important, understand the story of your campaign. If you're raising money to build a building, people love bricks and mortar because it's so concrete, literally. But the building's not the point. What's going to go on in that building? What went on to get you to the point where you need that building? How many people are going to come through those doors, and why? And how do they leave?